After the age of 75, the way people think about money undergoes a major transformation. In earlier stages of life, finances are often centered on growth, ambition, and future plans, whether it's saving for a house, supporting children's education, or building retirement funds. But once someone reaches their mid-70s and beyond, the financial focus shifts. The goals are no longer about accumulation or long-term investments, but about creating stability, safety, and comfort for the years ahead. One of the biggest changes is the recognition that time matters more than wealth. Seniors at this stage often realize that they no longer need to chase big financial ambitions. Instead, money becomes a tool to support well-being in daily life. For example, rather than worrying about expanding savings accounts, many older adults prefer to use their resources to make life easier, hiring help for house chores, investing in comfortable living arrangements, or upgrading to medical equipment that improves quality of life. Healthcare quickly becomes the most important financial priority. After 75, medical costs can increase significantly, whether it's for regular checkups, prescriptions, or unexpected emergencies. Many seniors prefer to allocate a portion of their budget specifically for health-related needs. This financial planning provides peace of mind, knowing that they are prepared for any medical challenge without putting a strain on loved ones. Comfort, in this context, means having access to good health care without constant worry about expenses. Another shift is the reduced desire for luxury or material possessions. Many older adults lose interest in spending money on things like expensive cars, designer clothes, or the latest gadgets. Instead, they focus on experiences and small joys, sharing meals with friends, enjoying hobbies, or traveling to meaningful destinations. Even travel often changes from adventurous exploration to comfortable, stress-free trips that prioritize relaxation and accessibility. Security also becomes central. After 75, seniors want to feel safe and stable in their homes, communities, and finances. This often means downsizing to a smaller, more manageable house, or moving into a senior-friendly community where support is available if needed. Some prefer to keep finances simple by reducing debt, consolidating accounts, and avoiding high-risk investments. Peace of mind replaces the thrill of financial growth. Additionally, many people in this stage of life think about legacy and giving. Instead of focusing solely on personal needs, they begin to prioritize how their money will help others, whether through supporting grandchildren's education, donating to charities, or leaving behind a sense of security for their families. This shift from self-centered spending to purposeful giving reflects the wisdom of age. Money is seen not as a possession to hoard but as a resource to share. In essence, financial priorities after 75 become about living well, not living large. The focus is on comfort, ensuring daily life is easier, health is protected, and joy is present, and on security, where both the senior and their family feel stable and supported. It is a period where money's true value is measured not in numbers, but in the peace and dignity it brings. After the age of 75, one of the most pressing but often overlooked challenges is loneliness. While many people assume aging is primarily about physical decline, emotional and social health can have just as much, if not more, impact on overall well-being. Loneliness, in particular, has been called a silent killer, because it not only affects mood but also contributes to serious health risks such as heart disease, depression, weakened immunity, and even dementia. Loneliness at this age is common for several reasons. By 75, many people have experienced the loss of a spouse, siblings, or close friends. Children and grandchildren may live far away or be consumed with their own busy lives. Retirement also plays a role. Without the daily structure and social interaction that work once provided, days can feel long and empty. For those with mobility issues or health limitations, even getting out of the house can be difficult, further isolating them from community life. The emotional weight of loneliness is heavy. Humans are social beings, and after decades of meaningful connections, the absence of regular companionship can create feelings of sadness, restlessness, and disconnection. Over time, this can evolve into depression, a sense of hopelessness, or the belief that life no longer has purpose. Seniors who feel socially isolated often report lower levels of happiness, even when their physical needs are otherwise met. More alarming is the impact on physical health. Studies have shown that loneliness increases stress hormones in the body, which in turn raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, and weakens the immune system. In fact, Chronic loneliness has been compared to smoking 15 cigarettes a day in terms of its negative health effects. It can also accelerate cognitive decline. Seniors who lack regular mental and social stimulation are at higher risk of memory problems and conditions like Alzheimer's. Yet, loneliness does not have to be inevitable. Many older adults find strength in deliberately cultivating social connections. Friendships, as discussed earlier, become vital during this stage. Engaging in community groups, attending senior centers, or joining clubs and activities tailored to older adults can bring not only companionship but also a renewed sense of belonging. Volunteering is another powerful antidote. By helping others, seniors often rediscover their own sense of purpose and form bonds with like-minded people. Technology, too, has opened new doors. Video calls, social media, and online communities allow older adults to stay in touch with family and make new connections without leaving home. While learning digital tools may seem intimidating at first, those who embrace them often find it rewarding, as it bridges physical distance and brings faces and voices closer. Ultimately, the key lies in recognizing loneliness as a serious health concern rather than dismissing it as just part of aging. Families, caregivers, and communities must prioritize inclusion, communication, and companionship for their elders. And seniors themselves can take small but meaningful steps, reaching out to old friends, saying yes to invitations, or even chatting with neighbors. In the end, the battle against loneliness is not only about adding years to life, but about adding life to years. Companionship, connection, and belonging keep the spirit alive, turning later years into a time of warmth, laughter, and shared humanity. After the age of 75, many people discover a profound shift in how they view life. While earlier decades may have been filled with ambitions, responsibilities, and worries about the future, this stage often brings a deeper appreciation for the small, everyday joys that might have gone unnoticed before. Gratitude becomes not just a fleeting feeling but a way of living, and this perspective change has powerful effects on happiness, health, and peace of mind. One reason gratitude grows stronger in later years is the awareness of time. Seniors understand, more clearly than ever, that life is finite, which makes each moment more precious. A sunrise, a phone call from a loved one, a home-cooked meal, or even a quiet afternoon can carry immense meaning. When people realize that they may have fewer years ahead than behind, the simplest pleasures start to feel like gifts rather than ordinary routines. Another factor is life experience. By 75, most individuals have lived through struggles, losses, and hardships. They know what it feels like to face financial stress, health scares, or the pain of losing loved ones. Having endured these challenges, they can recognize the value of peace, stability, and companionship more clearly than younger people, who may still take such things for granted. Gratitude emerges naturally from this perspective, because every moment of comfort and connection feels earned and treasured. Gratitude at this age also strengthens relationships. Older adults who express thankfulness tend to nurture warmer, more positive interactions with friends, caregivers, and family members. A simple thank you for a visit, a shared meal, or a helping hand can deepen bonds and encourage others to spend more time with them. This creates a cycle. Gratitude fosters kindness, which in turn invites more support and love. The health benefits of gratitude are equally significant. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve sleep, all of which are especially important for seniors. It also supports mental well-being, helping to guard against depression and anxiety. Instead of focusing on what they have lost, youth, energy, or independence, grateful individuals focus on what remains: love, wisdom, and the ability to enjoy life in the present. Many older adults find ways to practice gratitude intentionally. Some keep journals, writing down 3 things they are thankful for each day. Others express gratitude through prayer, meditation, or simply pausing to notice the beauty of nature. Even short daily rituals, like enjoying tea on the porch or greeting neighbors, can become moments of thankfulness that enrich life. Gratitude also reframes aging itself. Instead of seeing it only as a decline, seniors who practice gratitude recognize it as a privilege denied to many. Every additional birthday, every shared laugh, every new experience becomes a reminder of survival, resilience, and blessing. In essence, after 75, gratitude transforms from a polite gesture into a way of viewing the world. It allows seniors to find happiness not in what is big or extraordinary, but in what is real and present. This perspective not only makes aging more joyful, but also creates a after the age of 75. One of the most noticeable truths about aging is the gradual decline in physical energy. Tasks that once seemed effortless, such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even walking long distances, begin to require more time, planning, and rest. This decline is natural. The body has been working hard for decades, and muscles, joints, and organs inevitably lose some of their strength and resilience. Recovery also takes longer, meaning seniors often need to pace themselves and prioritize rest more than before. But while the body slows down, something else blossoms: wisdom and perspective. Life experience accumulated over 7 or more decades provides a depth of understanding that younger people simply cannot replicate. Seniors have lived through countless social, technological, and cultural shifts. They've witnessed successes, failures, joys, and heartbreaks, and each of these experiences contributes to a unique clarity about what truly matters in life. This wisdom often shows in the ability to see the bigger picture. After 75, many people stop sweating the small stuff. Petty arguments, material possessions, or the race for status lose their importance. Instead, older adults begin to prioritize relationships, meaningful conversations, and moments of peace. This shift in perspective is invaluable, as it allows them to focus on the essence of happiness rather than being distracted by temporary desires. Another important element of this stage is the capacity for reflection. Seniors often find themselves looking back at their lives with a more forgiving and balanced eye. Mistakes that once seemed devastating now appear as valuable lessons. Difficult phases are recognized as stepping stones that build character and resilience. This ability to reinterpret the past not only reduces regret but also fosters a sense of acceptance and inner calm. Furthermore, wisdom at this stage is not only internal, but also shared outwardly. Many older adults take joy in mentoring younger generations, offering guidance, stories, and advice that can only come from a life well lived. Their perspective becomes a bridge between the past and the future, enriching families and communities. For younger people who take the time to listen, these insights can be transformative. The decline of energy, then, doesn't signify a decline in value or relevance. Instead, it represents a transition, a rebalancing of strengths. Physical abilities may fade, but intellectual, emotional, and spiritual growth continues. In fact, some argue that this period brings a kind of liberation without the constant drive to do more. Individuals can finally focus on simply being present, thoughtful, and wise. In essence, aging after 75 highlights one of life's greatest paradoxes. The body may weaken, but the mind and spirit often grow stronger. It's a reminder that true vitality is not measured only by energy or strength but also by clarity, compassion, and the ability to see life in its fullest, richest form. After the age of 75, the dynamics of relationships shift in surprising ways. While family remains important, friendships often take on a deeper, more essential role in daily life and emotional well-being. This change happens gradually but becomes clear when older adults notice who consistently brings comfort, laughter, and companionship into their lives. Family bonds are built on blood and history, but they don't always guarantee closeness. Children and grandchildren may live far away, busy with careers, education, or raising their own families. Even when there is love, the reality is that visits may be infrequent. For many seniors, this can create gaps in emotional connection and daily support. In contrast, friendships, especially those nurtured over decades, tend to be built on shared values, mutual understanding, and voluntary care. Friends are the people chosen to walk alongside us, not because of obligation but because of genuine affection and trust. At this stage of life, friendships often feel lighter and freer. With no family responsibilities or expectations, friends bring companionship without the weight of duty. Conversations with friends can be refreshingly honest, without the generational gaps or misunderstandings that sometimes occur with family. They laugh together, reminisce, and offer encouragement during health struggles or emotional lows. This mutual support becomes a lifeline, especially as the challenges of aging increase. Another reason friendships matter more is that they provide social identity and belonging. Family roles, such as parent, grandparent, or elder, are important, but they can sometimes feel limiting. Friends see each other as individuals rather than just family roles. This helps seniors maintain a sense of independence and personal identity, even in older age. A 75-year-old may not just be grandma to a friend. She may be a storyteller, a confidant, or a companion on morning walks. Health studies consistently show that friendships play a vital role in longevity and mental health. Social isolation is one of the biggest threats to seniors' well-being, leading to depression, faster cognitive decline, and even higher risks of physical illness. Having close friends to talk to, share meals with, or simply check in on each other can dramatically improve quality of life. In many retirement communities, friendships often become the central support system, sometimes even replacing family in terms of daily connection and caregiving. Another dimension is that friendships are often based on shared aging experiences. While younger family members may not fully understand what it feels like to live with aching joints, changing sleep cycles, or the awareness of mortality, peers of the same age do. This creates a sense of solidarity and empathy that is uniquely comforting. Knowing you are not alone in facing these changes makes them easier to bear. In the end, while family remains cherished, friendships after 75 often bring the most immediate joy and comfort. They provide companionship, laughter, and support in a way that feels chosen and intentional. These bonds remind us that love isn't only about blood, it's about connection, presence, and the people who walk with us through every season of life. After the age of 75, one of the most significant truths about aging is that seemingly small health issues no longer remain minor inconveniences. What might have been brushed off in earlier years, a mild cough, a skipped meal, a small fall, or occasional digestive trouble, can quickly escalate into something serious. The body's resilience, once taken for granted, gradually diminishes, and recovery becomes slower and more complicated. For example, a fall that a 40-year-old might recover from with a few bruises could lead to a hip fracture or long-term mobility issues in someone over 75. Similarly, a small infection, like a urinary tract infection, can spread faster and even cause confusion or delirium in older adults. Even mild dehydration, which might barely affect a younger person, can lead to dizziness, weakness, or hospitalization in seniors. These examples show how small health concerns can spiral into bigger problems when the body's defenses are weaker. The immune system is one of the main reasons for this vulnerability. As we age, immune responses slow down, making it harder to fight off infections and recover from illnesses. A simple cold can linger for weeks, or a bout of flu can turn into pneumonia. This makes preventive care, vaccinations, and quick medical attention much more important after 75. What was once no big deal now demands immediate attention. Another factor is chronic conditions. By this stage, many older adults are managing long-term health issues such as diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, or heart disease. Even a minor flare-up or small change in symptoms can destabilize the entire system. For example, slight swelling in the ankles may point to heart strain, or a skipped dose of medication might raise blood pressure dangerously. The interconnectedness of the body means that one small problem can ripple outward, affecting other organs or systems. Mobility and balance also play a huge role. With weaker muscles, stiffer joints, and sometimes poor vision, simple daily activities carry more risk. A slippery floor or poorly lit hallway can become a serious hazard. What might seem like a small accident can suddenly lead to hospitalization, rehabilitation, or even permanent changes in independence. Perhaps most importantly, small health issues can have a big impact on mental health. Chronic pain, sleep disturbances, or even digestive discomfort can erode quality of life, leading to frustration, irritability, and depression. When every little health concern feels magnified, it's easy to feel discouraged. This is why older adults must pay closer attention to their bodies, adopting preventive strategies and lifestyle adjustments to avoid unnecessary complications. The lesson here is not to live in fear but to live with awareness. After 75, vigilance, routine checkups, and quick responses to even minor symptoms become critical. Seniors who take a proactive approach, seeking help early, eating well, staying hydrated, and maintaining gentle physical activity are far better equipped to keep small issues from turning into big challenges. In short, The body may be more fragile after 75, but with care, attention, and prevention, many of these challenges can be managed. Awareness and quick action are the keys to preserving health and independence at this stage of life. After the age of 75, sleep often undergoes dramatic changes. Many older adults notice that they no longer sleep as deeply or as long as they did in earlier decades. Instead of getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted rest, sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented, and often shorter. This shift is not always a sign of illness. It is a natural part of aging, but it can affect and